Welcome to the Virtual Comedy Show newscast for 11/20/23. Brad Tassell is on his 94th honeymoon in New York City. It is also the day of his 30th wedding anniversary, so he could not be here because if he was, he would be dead the next day. I am Brick Manley with all the stories you need to hear today. If you hear any other stories, yell, "Fake news," and run away and hide. We also have an amazing show with comedian Chris Chandler and musical artist Tom Rockwell, a.k.a. Devo Spice, along with reports from Steve Goody and a melt from Patty Vasquez. Now, let's get to the stories you need to hear. Some news outlets were reporting that 56-year-old Nicole Kidman was pregnant. The Star said it's not true, but if it were, they would name the child Tumbleweed. George Santos will not seek re-election after the Congressional Ethics Panel found evidence he has committed more crimes than 3 kleptomaniacs alone in a Burberry. Santos said he isn't worried, as now he can go back to his previous job, super undercover spy space astronaut rock star surgeon. Good luck to him.
Yeah.
Joby Aviation is set to open their first air taxi service from JFK to Manhattan in 2025. The flying taxi will take 9 minutes and smell like a food you are sure would give you diarrhea.
Oh, gosh.
Joe Biden met with Chinese leader Xi Jinping this last week and said their discussion was some of the most constructive and productive meetings they have ever had. The most important point on which they agree was send more pandas. Children in the U.S. are very sad that 3 pandas were sent back to China. They love seeing the black and white animals, but mostly want them to come back because their kung fu skills are not complete. They need more training in children in kung fu from pandas. Biden and the Chinese leader also agreed to curb the production and trafficking of fentanyl. Joe said that it would be worth it if stopping the trafficking of fentanyl could save 1 life. Then he mouthed, "Hunter."
Oh.
God.
The leaders also agreed to resume military-to-military communication, meaning Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin can speak with his counterpart in China, but he can only give him updates on the Golden Bachelor. It's not going well. There was a tense moment between President Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping when Joe wished Xi's wife a happy birthday and he had forgotten it was coming up. The Chinese leader quickly made up for not remembering his wife's birthday by sending her to a labor camp and signing a law stripping all women of their birthdays. And now a special segment called Marshall Stern Minute. He wrote all of these. I did not interfere. A spotless giraffe has been discovered in Namibia, proving that humans aren't the only ones who suffer from OCD. The crew aboard a U.S.-bound plane discovered a missing window at 30,000 feet. When asked about what happened to the window, the passenger in the seat, who suffers from arthritis, said, "I don't know, but for the first time in a long time, I am pain-free."
Pain-free.
It's part of the Marshall Stern Minute. It's not over. A deer charged in a crowded Wisconsin restaurant, shocking the waitstaff with one responding, "We usually only take cash."
Ooh. Very interesting.
U.S. Customs officials seized giraffe feces from a woman at the Minneapolis airport. "I'm sorry," the police reportedly told her. "We do have to take that crap from you." That was the Marshall Stern Minute. It only felt like an hour. Thank you, Marshall Stern. And lastly, breaking news. Invasive lizards the size of dogs are roaming in the South Carolina woods. That story again. Lindsey Graham isn't the only reason I will never go back to South Carolina. This has been Brick Manley, and this has been the Virtual Comedy Show News.
All right.
Now to you, Steve.